I'm Susan LeBlanc, and this is Conversations with the Goodman School of Business. And with me today is Joerg Schoenfelder, one of our graduates from the dual degree program from 2012.
2012, exactly. Yeah.
And you came to us from Germany.
Exactly.
So you did your first 2 years, year and a half at EBS in Germany.
That's right. I did my first 1.5 years there in Germany at the European Business School near Wiesbaden, which is one of the leading business schools in Germany. And afterwards, I think it was in January 2011. So I moved over here to Canada to spend my remaining 1.5 years at Brock till August 2012. 2012, I graduated, went back to Germany. And from that point on, I started right after I graduated from European Business School. I started with my graduate program at the WFI Ingolstadt School of Management. And at the same time, I already started joining our family business. So basically, in the end, I was working full-time and I was full-time student.
Wow, that's a big load. That's a lot of work.
Well, sometimes it was a bit stressy, a bit strenuous, but if you keep your resources together and you plan your time properly, you can do it.
You can do it.
That's okay.
That's good. So you are in a family business.
I'm in a family business, exactly.
So is that a challenge? Is that, because I know you come back here and you've spoken to some of the classes with Professor Menzies and Professor Safo on entrepreneurship and family enterprise. So it was sort of the challenges of being part of a family business.
Well, the part of family business is basically, so when you look at our family businesses, so we are now a second generation family business. So I took over from my dad and he has been CEO of the company for 30 years. And when I also look at all of our employees, on average, they stay about 20 to 25 years with us. So there were even some employees that are already staying since the beginning, that are with us there. And well, after a while, people get used to other people. And in my opinion, I always believe that people work for people. And if now somebody is new and comes into this into this social group, which I would describe a family business, it's basically some kind of a social group, then that means change. And if there's one thing people don't like, and that's something I've been experiencing, then that's big change. And if a younger generation moves in, that's always related to big change. And everybody who tells me there wouldn't be some kind of friction, I would probably say he's basically lying.
Really? So so you've experienced that.
I've experienced friction. So because what I did, when a business grows over 30 years, so people really start building comfort zones. And now there's this young, energetic guy who moves into the company and suddenly wants to do exactly the other way as his father did. Well, for many people, they just see their comfort zones plopping, or they are scared that you might just tear them out of their comfort zones. So, some people in the beginning, some people were skeptical, but now over these 2 years, people realize, okay, this guy isn't too bad at all.
Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah. So it's coming.
It's coming. Yeah.
And it's something that you really you know a lot about, and actually have published some papers with some of your former professors here.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that was with Professor Safo?
Was with Professor Menzies. Professor
Yeah.
Menzies, exactly. So I had opportunity here. So every student can take on a research credit. It's one of these 4F, you name it, classes. And so we were basically researching on the topic, how does the structure of a family business, so different demographics, we're talking about things like company size, generations in the business, how long are your employees in the company, how do they influence the innovation behavior of family businesses. And so we've been publishing this paper in 2013. We've also been presenting it on a conference in Prague, which actually many people were pretty impressed about the paper. I was wondering, because for me, from a practical view, I considered it pretty common, but people were actually pretty impressed about the paper. And that's the way how the entire research history started with Professor Menzies. So we are now thinking about taking on some new research projects, and I'm really looking forward to that.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful that you've graduated, but yet you're still connected, and you're living in Germany, and you're still connected back with Brock, with Goodman, and that's wonderful.
But that's really an important thing. So I think Goodman really contributed a huge part to my personal development, especially with the dual degree program. Because with the dual degree program, I mean, you were forced out of your personal comfort zone.
Sure.
So which means you came to Canada, you were in a completely different culture, you were far away from home, you have to take care of everything yourself. And I really believe getting out of these comfort zones and having this kind of cultural shock for some months, that was really good for my personal development. And so I really have the feeling that I need to give something back. And you to this, or with all these lectures I'm giving here, so in family business, international entrepreneurship, I really think that it also contributes to the personal development of the students there.
Sure, yeah. So and it's wonderful. We're thrilled to have you come back. It's always we love to have our grads come back, but especially when you're coming from so far away, you take time out of your schedule.
And it's also good reason to visit Canada again.
Sure, yeah. So did you enjoy your time in Canada?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I really have to say, for the last half year, I felt overwhelmed. I wasn't too happy, but after you get used to the Canadian culture, to the Canadian way of living, which is actually pretty different from the German way of living, you really enjoy living here. And I'm looking forward every year to come back to Goodman.
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, that's good to hear. So, and now, I mean, you were just talking about how important doing the dual degree and coming out of your comfort zone was. So I'm assuming you would encourage any student who has the opportunity to do something like that, a dual degree or even an exchange program, to go out of that comfort zone and just do it.
Absolutely. So what I'm telling the German students is always they should take on these dual degrees, these dual degree programs, because if they come to this new country, first, they leave their comfort zone, and second, the entire Canadian education system is pretty different from university life at Germany. Right. So here you have to take courses that are not related to your major. So that means it really strengthens your entire interdisciplinary thinking. And that's, in my opinion, one of the most important skills you need to have today in business life. Right. So in my opinion, it's not enough anymore to be very specialized on one topic and be very good at it. No, you really have to make the connections to other areas around you. And that's really one thing students are profiting when joining the dual degree program.
Right. Well, that's great. I think that's all we have time for today. So thank you so much for dropping by.
You're very
and welcome home.
Thank you.
Because we like to think of this as your second home. We hope you think of it as your second home.
I think it is as my second home.
Good.
Definitely.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And that's it for today. Be sure to join us again. We have all sorts of different conversation podcasts up on the web. And check out some of Brock's other podcasts. There is the Brock News, and Consider This, a research-based podcast that's produced regularly. So thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you next time.